Hey there! Welcome back to Bluepoint 3.42, where we support your best life. In today's video, we're going to dive into the ethics of surveillance. We'll take a conversational and accessible approach, discussing the different aspects of surveillance and their ethical implications through case studies. So, let's get started. Surveillance can serve various purposes, such as ensuring public safety, maintaining national security, and protecting private property. While these goals can be seen as valid, it's crucial to consider the ethical implications of surveillance practices and strike a balance between protecting interests and respecting individual rights. For instance, in the aftermath of the 9/11 attacks, the US government implemented widespread surveillance measures to prevent future terrorist incidents. While this aimed to improve national security, it raised concerns about individual privacy rights and the scope of government surveillance. One significant ethical concern with surveillance is the potential invasion of privacy. People have a right to privacy, but when surveillance measures are too invasive, it can lead to a loss of autonomy and freedom. For example, in China, the government employs a social credit system that tracks citizens' behavior and assigns scores based on compliance with societal norms. This extensive monitoring can lead to self-censorship, stifling creativity and individuality, and raises questions about the ethical boundaries of surveillance. Striking a balance between security and individual rights is a challenging task. The case of CCTV cameras in London illustrates this dilemma. With millions of cameras throughout the city, London has one of the highest concentrations of surveillance in the world. While these cameras have contributed to crime reduction, they've also raised concerns about the potential infringement on citizens' rights to privacy and anonymity. Another ethical aspect to consider is consent. People should have a say in how their data and information are collected, stored, and used. In 2018, the European Union enacted the General Data Protection Regulation, GDPR, which requires companies to obtain explicit consent from users before collecting their personal data. This regulation highlights the importance of consent in ethical surveillance practices, promoting trust and respect between parties. Surveillance can also have unintended consequences. The use of facial recognition technology by law enforcement is a prime example. While it has the potential to improve public safety, it has been criticized for its inaccuracies, particularly in identifying people of color, leading to potential discrimination and reinforcing existing biases. Ethical surveillance practices should seek to minimize these unintended consequences and promote fairness and equality. As technology advances, surveillance methods will become increasingly sophisticated. The rise of drone technology is an example of this trend. Drones have the potential to revolutionize surveillance, but they also raise ethical concerns about privacy and the potential for abuse. It's crucial to continually assess the ethical implications of new technologies and their impact on privacy, consent, and individual rights. In conclusion, the ethics of surveillance is a complex topic that requires thoughtful consideration. Through the case studies we've discussed, we can see the importance of striking a balance between security and individual rights, ensuring consent, and addressing unintended consequences. By engaging in open discussions and holding surveillance practices to high ethical standards, we can work towards a more just and secure society. Thanks for joining us here at Bluepoint 3.42. Remember to interact with this video to support content like this.